Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Check 55 tonight. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got some.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing, Cousins. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On first down, they run with Howard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. That's caught by Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going to the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They run with Howard. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Cousins now. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Howard. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Pull it together. Drive one.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight right. We got 4. We got 4.
Here's Foles. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Foles. And Brate, the tight end's got it. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Randy Gregory in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Let's go. Pick it up.
Now Foles. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A gain of 20 on the play. It's now 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He'll drop to throw. And he finds Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. Foles going to come up now, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
50 seconds to Mike.
They'll look to throw. It's right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Again, he'll drop the throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Ryan Kerrigan able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Antonio Callaway. Incomplete.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
Yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
56 the mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. It's caught. Shepard. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On 1st down, it's Howard, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now, Cousins. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
To throw is Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? Right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down at the 10-yard line.
57. Drop deep, drop deep.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Colts.
Miami! 56. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At the 18-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Hey, we got four down.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Hey, receiver. 55. Right there in the middle. Hey, high 7.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 36-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there now.
Cousins again. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. To throw, Cousins. Open is Swaim, the tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Three bud.
Again, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Rush in. Listen to me.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rabbit.
On the delay, it's Howard. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now it's the backup Keenum. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
10 yards to go.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
53. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, we're pretty quiet.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get it?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Here goes the hot. I can't hot. You ain't going nowhere.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check 37. Check 37.
Off the play fake, Keenum. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
Go, go, go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. From the 38, Foles. Underneath, he's got Brait. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Here's Foles. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Keenum. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. On first down, Keenum. And a little floater there is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, stay 53, 55.
Now Keenum gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. Again, they'll throw with Keenum. That's complete right around the 8. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And Bullock will put this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. They start the drive with Cook. gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Foles. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go.
Now Foles. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Antonio Callaway, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a three-point game. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So just a three-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Running
with Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Keenum now on first down. Short throw to Disley, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Keenum now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Keenum. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Here goes the high. Round 20.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Here goes the high. Right 20. 55. Hey, that's good. That's good.
Keenum throwing once more. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Keenum going to come up now, 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Again, Keenum. It's hauled in by Shepard, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Check it out, Reed. Bam.
On the toss play, Howard. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Keenum now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Sterling Shepard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
That's it, baby. We go. Work.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That's good for 28 yards.
And the Browns, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ricky.
Looking to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darren Lee coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and 13.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, orange arm! Orange arm! Pilot, 64, wait.
To throw is Keenum. Short throw to Disley. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 7, Foles. Underneath, he's got Brate. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Tempo. Mark 54. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's taken in by Callaway. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
180. Hey, watch the slant.
2nd and 10. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll look to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Foles. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where that came from.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's caught by Jackson. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
180. Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Easy. 57 to Mike. 57.
2nd and 9 now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They do tack on the extra point as well, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Howard. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Even though we're not on the goal line, this is essentially a goal line look as they come up for 2nd down. Throwing now, Keenan, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Mike, please. Bandit. Hey, we're good. Check 24.
Keenum to throw. This is Shepard on the catch. The 20, 10, touchdown Indianapolis. Sterling Shepard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To his knee goes Keenum, and that should be the ball game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Indianapolis, it's just their second win here in 11 tries this season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.